So this is another What We Watch After Dark under the Midnight Joker channel. I am either Midnight Joker or Nathan, and you...
I'm Jenny.
My lovely wife that keeps me honest. Kinda. But that's beside the point. Tonight we watched...
Coming to America.
To America, and it was hilarious. I mean, reminding us of the past.
Yeah, like referencing the first movie, which was 30 years ago.
Yeah, or more, and bringing that a little bit more to the front. And, you know, I also think it's kind of cool that, you know, now his son from Queens, you know, has a daughter, has married the
royal barber.
The royal barber. What was her name? Well...
But it was, yeah.
I mean, you know, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall definitely came back and did their thing.
A lot of them came back.
My favorite character was Sexual Chocolate. I mean, and I was like, man, I hope Sexual Chocolate's coming. You know, because that's funny.
Yeah, they brought back all kinds of fun characters.
Yeah, no, all the old ones were back, and Tracy Morgan. Yeah, Tracy Morgan was awesome.
Yeah, why don't you say a little synopsis of the film?
Well, it starts out with the prince, and he has 3 daughters, and his father's about to pass, and he's about to become king. And then from there, there's a worry because he has just 3 daughters and no son. But while he was in America in the first movie, he had a little side step where an addition that came to the show, Leslie Jones.
Hilarious.
But,
as always.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, Leslie Jones as a knockout. I mean, everybody really does. But, so they have to go back and find his bastard son so he can marry to this rival guy that's trying to kill him, played by Wesley Snipes.
And just kind of story of him trying to fit in a, palace in Africa when he came from Queens.
Yeah.
And then also, grappling with an arranged marriage versus love. And
they continued some of the bits from the old movie.
Oh, yeah. No, I think they weaved those in pretty well.
I mean, the princess, or the one that his betrothed, was supposed to, hop on one leg and bark like a dog, and Wesley Snipes is finally like, thank you for releasing my sister.
right.
I mean, that was
she was still
there
barking.
was craziness in it, but it's so much fun and so much. Even Louis Anderson, Now, I know he's been bumped up to fry cook by now, but I think all in all, the movie was really, really good. I really enjoyed that everybody that could come back did.
The Queen, his mom had passed.
Yeah.
But for the most part, and I heard I read that they were trying to get a cameo again from Samuel L. Jackson, but he's just too busy.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, I'm glad they still put him in the flashback scene. And so,
yeah, and I think they did enough flashbacks without doing too many to just too much of the first movie.
Yeah, and they did a good job of also utilizing probably B-roll footage. From the first movie.
For that whole Leslie Jones scene, that was CGI'd. They CGI'd them to look younger.
Oh.
Yeah. Because, of course, Leslie Jones wasn't in the original.
Right.
Yeah.
They made Leslie Jones look younger.
Yeah. Well, they made them look younger.
Okay, they didn't. Okay, because I was about to say.
Yeah.
Leslie Jones is a good-looking woman.
What also is kind of cool as far as the casting goes, Eddie Murphy's daughter in real life played the second oldest daughter in the movie.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What else she got?
Okay. Well, no, I got that. I was just kind of trying to weave in facts as we were going.
Okay. Well, I mean, and I most people have seen the movie, so all I'm getting at was that, he ends up finding his son, bringing him back. They're loving the high life, and then the son falls in love with his groomer. But I don't think the groomer had the same job that Eddie Murphy's did. I mean, that was one that, like, the whole joke with the groomer, is you give me that look. Anyway, well, I'm just saying, it was blowjobs are funny, and Leslie Jones was down, man, and and anyway, I think that stuff was funny too, but he never did that with his groomer. I think they were just,
Yeah, I mean, they kissed in the,
But in the original, like, the costumes in this one were correct, but they did change, and it's a sign of the times, I think, that a little bit more modesty, because, I think coming to America, the first one, was at least, I think, probably his first, no.
Well, this one was nominated for an Oscar for Best Hair and Makeup.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, because some of those hairstyles, especially the daughters, where, like, the gold was woven all through the hair and stuff, I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And a lot, and it was great to see Salt and Pepper.
Right,
and
yeah.
it was great to see In Vogue.
Gladys Knight.
And it's kind of funny because that's who was popular when the original came out.
Right.
and so Eddie's sticking with what our Jabbar, the king, is sticking with what he, But, yeah, I liked the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. And, to truly get all the jokes, I think you would need to see the first one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I hadn't seen the first one in Lord knows how long. But I still found it really funny.
Like, they knew the one-liners that everybody was quoting. And they were going for those old school kind of the jokes from the first one that continue, and I mean, going back to the barber shop, which was great. And even Arsenio Hall playing the Reverend.
What's funny is the guy who plays the bastard son, Jermaine Fowler, actually, when he was a kid, would record bits of Coming to America on the answering machine at their house. So that when people called and got the answering machine, they got, like, the barbershop banter and stuff.
Right.
Isn't that hilarious?
That is great.
And it's like full circle now. He's like starring in the second one. The general's side were really funny, and they even had him training on like Dance Dance Revolution.
Right. Yeah. I mean, all the training was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And, I mean, but again, that goes into like what the world that they made. Yeah, you have a tyrant, but at the same time, he was good to his boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They had some pretty good dance numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I would say go see it.
Yeah, it's an Amazon original, so you got Amazon Prime, you can go watch it for free, right? I think, Amazon put some money behind this.
Oh, they definitely did. I mean, it was, I think it was a big production just to get everybody back.
Right, and fit in people's schedules, and not that, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall are super busy right now, but,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, Arsenio, they're doing guest appearances.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm not trying
to see that duo again, like we saw them in Harlem Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Have you mentioned all the fun facts?
Well, here's one.
Uh-huh.
The hip-hop star and producer Rick Ross was the owner of the house that they filmed all the mansion scenes in.
Damn.
And all they had to do is kind of deck it out, with their own stuff. But the place was huge. And even the scenes where they're on the safari grasslands, that was his backyard. He has something like 300 acres, it says. And then Arsenio's like, he's even got a lake. Who has a lake? So, yeah. And what's funny is that Rick Ross, the wallpaper they put up in the dining room so much, he's like, leave it. And so they left it, as well as that super long banquet table, as a present to him, as a thank you for
Oh, that's nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it was filmed in Atlanta. James Earl Jones, is definitely getting up there. I don't think he's passed.
I don't think so.
Had him for one day, and when he was filming, it was just a little setup, room near his house, so that he could just kind of go over there real quick, film his scenes, and no other actors were with him. They just put Eddie Murphy and everybody in later on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that just shows the acting. I mean, to be honest, I would have at least thought the others were there. And so, I mean...
I think that's why they had him, a lot in his bed, and not, with anybody else around, in the shot.
Right. But, well, Craig Brewer, who directed this, did a really good job. I felt, and his editor, whoever his editor was, because one of the things is this movie did not feel like, well, how long was it supposed to be? An hour?
Hour 49.
I felt like it was 45 minutes.
It went by fast, yeah.
And it keeps you engaged and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and grade it, you know. And I'm going to have to say I'm going to give it an 8.5. For the factor that if you like the first one, you will love watching the second one as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which one was better? I think I'll always go with the first one as a better movie. But this was just for being new and even making fun of the trend that they're doing. That was, I mean, it was just...
the sequels that are years and years later that nobody wanted.
Yeah, well, I mean, but all I'm getting at was, being able to point that out in your movie and just do it one time, knowing that you're poking fun of yourself. It's a smart way to say, yeah, we doing this shit too, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's the tricky thing, you have nostalgia, and you start trying to recreate the nostalgia however many years later. I mean, we even saw that with Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't quite capture the same feeling as the first movie.
Right.
And so there's always that trap that you can fall into. But I mean, I thought it was, it did a pretty good job of nodding to the first movie, making this one a little different.
Oh, but that's just it. It was, I don't think, unless they had this script.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know there's probably a lot of improv in this. I mean,
yeah.
and lots of takes the outtakes are great too,
mm-hmm. I love it when they have the outtakes at the end.
Yeah, and so.
And I'm sure the director was like, "No, that was hilarious. Let's leave that in."
What would you give it?
Yeah, I would say 8 out of 10.
Say 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Would you tell people that hey, if it came up in a conversation, would you tell them to watch it?
I would say yeah. I mean, especially it's really easy to access, and I would say even if you haven't seen the first one, you'd probably find this one funny.
Oh yeah. I mean, there were times I was like laughing out loud. I usually don't do that,
right?
Even if I think it's funny, and I was just and like I said, you can't get better than Sexual Chocolate. Well, we appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening.
And don't forget, I'm looking for 1,000 subscribers, and one of them will be the key winner in the giant ass paperclip. Once I hit 1,000, boom, this goes up. And then after this, I have something even more.
I can't imagine. What could be better than a giant paperclip?
What? That's the true question. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope I get some feedback on the down.
Please leave comments down below.
Yeah, and please
subscribe to our channel
and subscribe. I mean, I'm a whore, but anyway.
I mean, we do movie reviews here, and
we do movie reviews, and then I do movie reviews that are a little bit shorter because it's just me talking. But I think, and I might start reviewing some anime as well. Samurai 7 is the one I'm looking at doing it, which is my favorite.
That's a good one.
Well, it's by far my favorite anime, and I was showing it to somebody and I got kind of hooked again, so I'm watching it again, so I'm thinking, well, hope you guys have a lovely and peaceful time. Happy Thanksgiving. Always Wednesday at 9 p.m.
Bye.